next question, which is can you share some key strategies or methodologies commonly used in the industry to achieve exceptional customer success, customer success and customer satisfaction? Can you just throw some light on the what kind of strategies and methodologies can be commonly used?
Certainly. Thanks, Amit. Certainly, I will do that. I think a very, very important question on what methodology can be used. I would say that achieving exceptional customer service and satisfaction is often probably a combination of various strategies and framework, or how do you tailor it to the unique needs of each business. We come from a services industry, right? We serve a lot of customers at one time. So naturally, like they say, one template doesn't fit all. So how do you bring in tailored methodology is very, very important. I would say number one possibly is what is typically called as customer journey mapping. Understanding the end-to-end customer journey, their various touch points, their pain points, and opportunities for improvement. I think that's very, very mapping those areas of customers' experience, the businesses which can be targeted to intervene and enhance satisfaction at any stage of that journey. I think that's very important, because I always tell my team, more than technology, first understand the customer, their business, their product line, their services, whatever. It doesn't matter which industry they come from, whatever industry it is universal. You definitely need to understand that. Second, I think very important, Amit, is proactive communication. I think we spoke about this, but I just wanted to add a little more. You should anticipate what a customer needs, and not get stuck to only the legal document that is signed. Of course, that is the Bible, you need to follow that. But then how do you proactively communicate to giving relevant information updates? And as you know, in our services industry, we all work through all kinds of priority of whether you call it as incidents, changes, service requests, whatever. But then what is important is communication. It is very, very important. And I believe that communication is not just for a priority 1 or a priority 0 incident, or whatever. It also needs to be for business, for whatever updates you are planning to give to the customer. So how do you stay ahead of potential issues and keep customer informed, so that the customer knows before somebody else tells them, or their own teams tell them? I think that is the most important part. Then I would say, how do you segment your customers? Because like I said, you have so many customers from different industry segments. So how do you segment them for their needs, for their behaviors? Because as a customer from a retail industry will not have the same needs and experiences with you for versus a healthcare, let's say, right? So how do you tailor your product or your services recommendation, and how do you market and message the the relevant resources, I would say, to match the unique requirements of each segment? I think that's a very, very crucial part. Fourth, I think we spoke about already, which is around the data driven insights. So how do you use data analytics, all that data that is lying everywhere from different tools, surveys, in-person fireside chats? I don't know, there's so many places where you will have data. So how do you merge all together to find trends, behavior, sentiments, like we spoke, and how do you analyze those data for identifying opportunities and improvement? Fifth, very, very important, Amit, which I give a very, very close this thing for my teams, and coming from a core IT service management background, which is the continual service improvement, or what in other words is called as SIP, service improvement programs. How do you build a culture for that CSI to be focused on gaining and enhancing the customer experience? How do you get the the regular feedback, like this, like we spoke about feedback loop? How do you measure the KPIs? And the KPIs should not be measured only in terms of technology, that I have resolved these tickets within this time and all that. It's also about I think you must be aware, right? Today the world has moved away from OLAs, SLAs, KPIs to what is called as XLAs. right?
Excellent.
Which is
Yeah.
more on the experience level agreement. How do you look at it? That's I think very, very important. And as your customer needs evolve and expectations evolve, you of course need to iterate different strategies. Sixth, I think very, very important also is empowering your teams. How do you build not just the frontline staff, but your delivery managers? It could be your project managers. It could be people from the technology teams, architects, and all those. How do you build so that there's a customer centric mindset that you do? And most important is above all, which is like a horizontal, is cross functional collaboration. Why cross-functional collaboration is because you see the way we are all organized will be technology teams, and there'll be project teams, there'll be application teams, infrastructure teams, so each one can keep saying it's not my problem. So how do you build that culture? So that's why DevOps and agile and all these things have come very handy. So I think those kind of this thing. More importantly, you should build a customer advocacy programs which will have loyalty, which will have referrals, NPS. That's what we look at in every CSAT. How do you ensure that your NPSs are always in the range of 90 to 100? So that the customer is going to refer you for potential next customers. And I think if you can implement some strategies and methodologies along with all the things that we spoke earlier, I think that will be icing on the cake.
Thank you.